We're going to talk to a pilot now. Dan Rose is here with us. He's a former military pilot, private pilot now, and an aviation attorney. Can we just go over some of the points? The National Transportation Safety Board, the chairwoman in her press conference said the aircraft was configured for approach based on cockpit voice recordings, communications between the crew and the cockpit. The speed of the approach, 137 knots. And then when questioned about it later, she said it was significantly below that. She said, we're not just talking about a few knots, but significantly below that. Approach, though, she said, proceeds normally as they descend. No discussion of any aircraft anomalies or concerns with the approach. A call from one of the crew members to increase speed was made approximately 7 seconds prior to impact.
Yeah, that's troubling. Even the call itself is actually troubling. To increase speed, it should really be increased power, because increased speed arguably could be pushing the nose down even further. In that situation would be a problem. So it's troubling that they're waiting till that very late point to even address the speed. That's something that should be addressed at 500 feet, and certainly any time below that. Anytime you get a call that the speed is not the target speed, which is that 137 knot speed Deborah Hersman referenced, you have to have immediate reaction to it, immediate corrective action, and it can't deviate more than 5 knots, really.
Okay. So here is the sound of the stick shaker occurs approximately 4 seconds prior to impact.
Yeah, and that's that's just the ultimate clue that there's something gone terribly wrong here, and it requires immediate reaction, and the reaction has to be full power and try to get the plane away from the ground. Explain to the viewer stick shaker. What does that mean? Stick shakers, when you look in a cockpit and you see the control yoke, which is the equivalent to the steering wheel. It has a system in it that, for instance, in this case, assuming the target speed was 137 knots, say at about 120 or so, or 25 knots, when that's already too slow for this approach, the system would start shaking, literally start shaking the control wheel, so that there's no way the pilot does not know that he's dangerously slow. Mm-hmm. And the immediate reaction upon that is full power. Is it fair to say if that happens, if that starts to shake, that you're in trouble, or you're about to be? You're about to be. It's a warning system that says you're coming dangerously slow to too slow of an airspeed where the plane is going to start falling out of the sky. Okay. It says, according to the flight data recorder, which captured the entire flight, it says during the approach, the data indicates that the throttles were idle and airspeed was slowed before the target airspeed. It was slow. Did they slow down initially? Is that what she means? She means that the power was all the way back, the idle. That's like, you're in your car and you don't touch the accelerator and you're just trying to cruise, I don't know, to get to a gas station or something like that, not touching the power even though you need more power. And he's hoping to try and make the runway, or not processing the fact that he can't make it under the situation. Okay. And instead of adding power to make sure that he gets to the runway, he's slowly pulling up the nose of the aircraft, which is what the witness reported seeing in the video shows. And what he's trying to do there is just stretch it to try get to the runway, which is completely the wrong thing to do. Now, why he did that, if it's just a piloting issue or there were some systems on board the plane that may have contributed to confusion. There's a system called, for instance, auto throttles, which is supposed to work the throttles for you. But it has limitations, and he may or may not have been aware of that. For instance, if you're below 400 or 500 feet, the power of the auto throttles is not going to come on automatically like he may have expected. Mm-hmm. So that may have contributed, but the bottom line is he needed power and he didn't put it on. Dan Rose, stick around. Thank you very much. We'll be back. We'll get back with you.